Hey guys, Cosra here, and today we're going to be reviewing Bruce Miller, the Cars 3 stock car racer for RPM, my favourite sponsor. Now we haven't done a review in a while. I've just been really doing the races, and that's because my stores and the UK as a whole is terrible. But I've gone on a little bit of a spending spree on certain die-casts, and Bruce Miller obviously being one of them. A seller on eBay was selling them separately. He had bought the pack with the next gen gaskets in, Dan Garcia. Sadly, that obviously went straight away. It was probably quite a lot of money, but Bruce Miller, there was two of them, so the guy must have bought two packs. So I swooped in there, got Bruce Miller, and they literally sold out like two of them in like a couple hours. So I was lucky to actually get this car for a really good price. And I also bought the next gen combustor, obviously Chris Roman, and the two pack with the next gen Neil Talkie Piston and Synergy, which I'm super excited for them to get. So they're both coming from the US, so they probably will be a while before they actually arrive. But obviously Bruce being the first car, the only car I actually got from the UK, he has obviously come first here. Now I will be comparing him to the original RPM, Winford Ruford Bradford, one of my most favourite racers of all time. There actually are quite a few similarities with this car, which is what I love about it. And there are many things I love about this car, which we'll get onto later on in the video. Now, first of all, he appears in the early stages of the movie of Cars 3. You can see a couple bits of him dashing past when all the little racing montage of McQueen's successes going on. So I'll put a couple pictures up on the screen there of where Bruce appears in the movie. He doesn't have a speaking point, obviously he's a minor character, but he's one of the cool racers. The expression is obviously different, which is really cool. He obviously came in the Amazon 10 pack, like I said earlier, so I have a feeling that all of the cars that have been in packs have had slightly different expressions. I know RC Cars 5 or Disney Docket, made a point on that, so that is pretty cool. Also, I do actually have Brick Yardley and Rev Rotages and Brian Spark to hand, so I can show you, I can actually compare the body shapes for once and show you the different expression, which will be really cool. So I'm pretty sure that's all to talk about where he appears in the movie, so let's go into the physical review right now. So as you come up to the front, here we have a nice moustache grille, which is really cool. Goes all the way across. I'm really lucky because one of my pet peeves of these is if they're wonky, but it's dead straight, which is awesome. It's got a really cool expression. It's like sort of I don't know how to really explain it. Obviously he's determined, but he's having a lot of fun, you can tell, which is really cool. He's got a tiny 64 right there, and we can see the little designs here. RPM on the hood, which looks awesome. It's like, it's 3D, really cool. We've got the little clouds as if, don't really know how to explain it, as if sort of there's air's being pushed or something. You can also see there's a little textured design within here. You can see his hood pins. I like the fact that it's just the hood, the opening piece of the hood, which is the blue, which is really cool. His eyes are sort of a browny sort of colour. They've got the black outline around them. They kind of look recessed. I thought they were plastic at first, but it's just a China car, and they are in fact metal, but it's just the way they sit. It really makes it look like they are plastic. I just get rid of some dirt from his eye there. And as we go to the side here, you can see we've got the Lightyear and the really nice wheels. These are probably my favourite wheels for a stock car. Orange colour. They look really cool. And here we have piston cup, vitally revolting RPM, nitrate, octane, and clutch aids as a secondary or contingency sponsors, which is awesome. We have the 64, which is not changed a significant amount from the original film. We'll get onto that, which is what I like. Slightly different colours and a bit more 3D. Here we have a nice blue, which starts from just in front of the wheel and goes over there. You see the arrow that indicates pit crew where to lift them up. And we have the pins there, and just the really cool, we have the dark orange, lighter orange, purpley-ish colour kind of, white, and then the blue. I really like this colour here, the way it changes. There's a good view there. You can see it change from light yellow into orange. RPM again, with this little white bit that goes around as well. 64 on the roof, which looks really cool. You can see its roof flaps. I love this colour combo there, that orange. It just looks super cool. And now as we go onto the back, you can see here, we have blue and yellow. My camera does not want to focus. We have the fake exhaust, the camera, RPM, and the two lights with the 64. Very cool. I love the fact how they do cameras on all of the cars. And here we got sort of orange spoiler pins and RPM, black roof slates there. this being a stock car, it's the same on the other side, apart from we have the exhaust here, which is really cool. We don't have that on the other side with the 64 again, and his secondary sponsors there, which looks very cool indeed. And piston cup with Disney Pixar and just all the various other codes on the bottom, as you do. So that is the physical review for Bruce Miller. Definitely in my top 5 favourite stock cars. Now, if I just quickly give us a little wipe on the windshield, if we compare him to his originator, or his the person he sort of got fired, replaced, whatever you want to say. I'm not sure what Winford did. Unless you watch my Piston Cup racing series, you'll find out. And so, obviously these, it's kind of strange because they're very similar but very different at the same time, which is pretty cool. As just looking at the cars, you can tell they're obviously the same colour. They use the same colours, the same yellow, the same blue. As you can see here, we have these spoilers, both blue at the back. There's blue pieces here. We have some blue on the hood. Yes, it's in different forms, but we do have blue there. And we have the yellow here with the little blue or purpley bits here at the front. So they are similar and different. So as we come to the front, we have a very basic logo here on the original RPM. And then we have I guess it's kind of more basic, but it's more designed. As here it's just a basic square, although we do have the backfire nighttime suppressant telling you what it is. And then with this one here, we have just RPM, but it's more detailed. The little swoosh thing at the end is actually facing into the R, which makes more sense, to be honest, and looks a lot better in my opinion. One thing that this RPM does differently is it has orange all over here and all here, whereas this just has orange on the bottom. Now, if we take a look at each 64, if we just zoom in, you can see here they're both using the same colour, but this is a lot more textured. You can see the shadow, whereas this is a lot more cartoony. They do have the same colour sort of scheme though. This is just more 3D and textured. The wheels is actually one of the biggest differences on this car. Where on Winford he was the only one to have two different colours. They removed that for Bruce, and they've just got pure orange, which looks really cool. Yeah, I should probably show you that side, because for my RPM is really old, so most of the yellow's coming off from all the use as a kid. You can even see the light here. It actually looks like real life, the way that the writing on the tyres start to go. But yeah, that's probably a better view for you there. We also have the difference of the, similarity of the RPM towards the end, with the orange above and then the below and then the blue above. On the back here, again, they've got rid of the nighttime backfire suppressant at the bottom, and they've changed it from orange to yellow, but we still have RPM here and here, which is really cool, and obviously it'll be exactly the same for the other side. So although both cars are similar, they do have some changes, but I think the changes that the RPM company made are very cool changes indeed. So yeah, that's about it for Bruce Miller and his review today. If you guys did enjoy, as always, make sure to like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And I will see you in the next video.